So I want to share something that happened earlier with you guys. So I was driving in a 2-lane road earlier in my one of my work vehicles. I was in a pickup truck, and it's a 2-lane road, and I ended up getting to a red light. And when I was pulling behind the other car, a white, I think it was a Chevy, I don't know, it wasn't a Ford, it was a nice white pickup truck with rims. It was nice. Looked on like a newer model. Went from behind me, screeched, almost ran up on the curb to go in front of me. I had enough space for his truck to get in front of me. And when I saw what he did, I was like, because he did it so aggressively. Like, I didn't cut anybody off when I was in the 2-lane road, but I guess I was driving the speed limit. I'm in my work vehicle and they have cameras and speed detection. But I didn't even know that I was pissing anybody off until he went over 2-lane road, and he was right behind me, and then he went to my driver's side, almost up on the curb, and got in front of me very angrily and hit his brakes because it was a red light. So I started laughing. I did. And I guess he looked through his rear view and saw me laughing, because I was just like, yo, what's wrong with this dude? So, I laugh at things like that. I'm like, this fucking dude is crazy. So I shook my head and laughed. So then the light changed, and he couldn't go anywhere because there was traffic. So still a 2-lane road. We get to the next light, then it breaks into 2 lanes here and 2 lanes in the opposite direction. But anyway, so he ended up in the right lane, I ended up in the left lane going in the same direction. So basically I had to look over my passenger seat in order to see his vehicle. So we end up side by side, and I looked over and I laughed. I looked over and I went like that. The man rolled down his window and spat at my car, spat at my pickup. We were level because I was in a pickup truck as well. He rolls his window down and spit, and I went I don't know why I bust out laughing. He saw it, and then the light changed. No, the light didn't change. My lane moved faster than his lane. So I passed him, but when he spit, I was like, that pissed him off. So he was a black guy. I would say darker skinned black guy. And the energy he was giving off, the fact that he spit on my work vehicle, he rolled his window down and spit out his window. I mean, it was so funny. When it first happened, I was just like, when I see aggressive drivers, the first thing I do is I chill, because when I see angry aggression, not I'm trying to get somewhere, but angry, I feel it. I'm very, very much an empath. I feel things, emotions. I feel what they're thinking and feeling. And I was just like, I laughed because it was pathetic. It was sad. But I just laughed because I was like, this dude is retarded. And when I looked like this, I realized that pissed him off even more. And then I was making a left turn at the next light. And I said, let me see if this idiot is going to follow me. I was like, okay, follow me, because I was going to take him straight to the nearest police station. And he didn't. He kept going. He was driving like a very angry individual. And he couldn't go anywhere because there was traffic in front of him. And I said to myself, I had a dialogue with myself in my brain, and I said, I'm so glad I laughed at him. Because 2 things, it pissed him off really bad. That was the best thing I could have done, was laugh at him. And second of all, maybe later on when he's home and he's taken a shower and he's had a drink and he's calmed down, maybe he'll think about it and he'll be like, I was driving like an ass, got very aggressive with this stranger woman, spit on her vehicle, and she laughed at me and shook her head. Oh, yeah. And when I made the complete left turn, I was able, the way the road was situated, I was able to look over to my driver's side and still see his vehicle. And I rolled my window down and I said, with a big smile on my face, right? And I know he saw it because he was looking at me. So I went like this, and I just was like, oh, and then I went like this, and then I went like this. And I know, I could feel that he was soothing with anger. Soothing. Like just seething, I think is the word I'm looking for. He was so, and I did that on purpose because I wanted to show him your efforts you tried to piss me off, you tried to insult me, you're just all wrong, and you're all angry, and you're just pathetic. And I accomplished, I know I you know, and that's the way I handled it. I was so happy with myself for handling it that way. Because again, you know, the type of things like that don't make me mad. I don't do road rage. I don't. I've seen accidents. I've been in accidents. None of them has ever been my fault. But I don't do road rage. And because of the understanding that I have and the way that I am and, you know, the way that I'm wired these days, if you're having a bad day and you're on the road and you take it out on me, then you're not going to get a confrontation from me. I'm going to laugh at you. Because all of that, and you're going to end up maybe 3 seconds ahead of me. I'm going to see you at the next light. And plus I know there's sick people out here. And I don't want to get shot. I don't carry my gun with me, especially at work. Sometimes I put it in my car if I'm going somewhere. But I don't carry it at work. And I know people are crazy. And what I did had more of an impact. Me laughing at him and shaking my head at him, looking at him like a pathetic human, had way more of an impact than if I would have gotten angry with him or cussed him out or pulled up and said, you know. Nah, that's what demons eat off of negative energy. They literally feed off of it. And I'm not feeding devils. I'm trying to feed myself and my pets. I'm not feeding demons. I'm not. And that's what demons eat. Negative energy, quarrels, fighting, arguments. You won't eat off of me, Satan. So I know for the rest of his day, getting laughed at by a chick and then getting waved off like, and I opened my mouth wide so he would see. It wasn't that far, but he saw me. So that's how you handle. Now, if we were in the middle of the night, late at night, and it was a lonely road, would I have done that? No, because, and if I was in my own vehicle, no, because he would have chased me down and probably shot my vehicle or tried to kill me or whatever. But broad daylight, in traffic, a bunch of cars, maybe police in there, and my work vehicle in a big old pickup truck. Yeah, you got laughed at, you know. Pathetic, sad. There's a lot of pathetic, sad human beings. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of demonic activity. There's just a lot out here. If you can help it, don't contribute to it. Don't get me wrong. You don't want me to unleash my demon. But you got to pick your battles. You got to choose your battles, and you got to choose how to respond in situations. And in that particular situation, I responded perfectly.